The dollar's holding its breath and oil's eyeing a weekly loss. That's the setup heading into the close. Today's brief covers Forex, metals, energy, and equities, with the session's biggest mover saved for last. Bitcoin was today's standout mover, the strong bullish trend driving the session with conviction as crypto demand reasserted broadly. The market looks firmly positioned to extend toward higher levels, with the trend structure offering little reason to expect that momentum to stall near term. McDonald's finished the session with the trend firmly pointed lower, price action unable to hold any meaningful recovery attempt, as selling pressure reasserted on each bounce. That structure keeps the path of least resistance aimed at lower levels, while the bearish trend remains intact. WTI crude held its footing through the session, showing some resilience despite weekly headwinds from the Iran-US talks stalemate and softer demand sentiment. The trend leans bullish, and the market looks more inclined to push toward higher levels as that structure holds. Alphabet traded with a bearish lean through the session, failing to reclaim ground lost earlier in the week as the broader momentum stayed tilted downward. The trend points toward lower levels, and the structure suggests any strength is more likely to fade than to build. Meta closed the session under pressure, the bearish trend maintaining its grip as the price struggled to post any sustained lift. With lower highs in place, the market looks more inclined to probe lower levels unless the structure shifts. Dollar Canada drifted lower through Friday as Canadian dollar resilience and a flat greenback kept mild selling in play. The trend leans mildly lower, suggesting the pair is more likely to edge toward lower levels as long as that pressure persists. The Dow finished with a mild bullish underlying structure, though the probable path into the near term leans lower as the index digests recent gains ahead of Jackson Hole. Structure remains constructive, but the market looks more likely to test lower levels before extending higher. Brent crude settled with a mild bearish lean, tracking the broader crude complex lower on the week as Iran talks remained unresolved and Hormuz flow concerns lingered. The trend tilts lower and the path of least resistance continues to point toward lower levels. Dollar traders stood pat through Friday's session, waiting on signals from the Fed. Aussie dollar posted its strongest weekly run since 2021, fueled by hotter-than-expected inflation-lifting rate hike bets. The one name to watch on today's calendar is Fed Chairman Warsh speaks at Jackson Hole. Silver stood out through Friday's session, the strong, bullish trend keeping the momentum firmly pointed upward as demand for precious metals stayed elevated. The structure strongly favors higher levels, and the path of least resistance is clearly aimed at extending the move. That's the ForexBullion evening wrap for Friday, the 28th of August, a session defined by patience ahead of Jackson Hole, with silver and Bitcoin closing on a firm note. Subscribe to the channel so the next edition lands the moment it's live, and the morning brief will check whether Bitcoin's momentum held through the weekend open. This is general market information for educational purposes only, not financial advice.